Hey Legend Crew, welcome back to another episode of Legend Ethics Shared Dreams. This guest star over here is Natalie Stavola.
Hi guys.
She's actually from my acting studio. We were studying for a few years. We actually did a scene together, but it's been a few years. So
it's been a while, yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but it was something.
It was great. It was absolutely amazing.
It was. Oh my gosh.
You do so much work there at the studio that like it's, you know, you do a scene and you put it up and it's amazing, but then you're doing another one right after. So it's like,
and sometimes you're getting double worked.
Exactly. You're constantly like, it's good.
But what was cool was we actually met up recently to do a film project with Scott Stewart. I'll post his episode down below, and Sophia Grace as well. So that was the first time I'd seen so many ICS students together.
I know, and Kian.
Cool. And Kian as well. I still got to get Kian on here. He's
oh, you got to. I love him.
He's opening up his own studio for yoga or something.
Bar? Yeah, that's like yoga ballet type of style.
Yeah, and he opened up his own studio. So he's been crazy busy with that. I think it just recently opened though.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a lot to share, which is going to be really awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Looking forward to that.
I know. Me too. I love him. I love everyone from the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And it's cool that we all get to work with each other and kind of like continue doing that. Like Scott's got a project and we're like, absolutely. When do you need us? Where do you need us? Let's do it.
Exactly. I mean, because you've seen them up on stage so many times, so you know exactly what they bring. And like Scotty was saying, like when he was writing the script, I mean, he could just picture us in his mind.
Yeah.
And that's just what it was. I mean, he wasn't going to audition anyone else just because it had to be us.
Exactly, because you can see that. I know, it is really cool. And then at the studio too, it's like we become a family. So of course we're like, you need us for something, let's go. Even with this, like, you're doing Legend Ethics? Yes. Yeah. Oh, amazing.
Yeah. I mean, if I didn't know Natalie, I mean, I wouldn't be able to get you on here. But the fact that we were in the class together, it's like, hey, thank you.
It all works. It works out exactly.
Yeah. But let me let you take it over and tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and stuff like that.
All right. I always feel like it's a dating thing whenever I'm like, so.
Is this my good side?
I love long walks on the beach. No, I'm originally from Connecticut. I moved to Florida when I was about like 12, so I split my time between Connecticut and Florida. So I'm very East Coast, just an East Coast style girl. And I started acting. I knew I wanted to be an actor since I was younger, but that it wasn't something that was like really allowed in my household. Like being an actor was not. My mom was like, "That's cute. You're gonna be a lawyer or a doctor. Nice. And I understand that because your parents don't want you to fail or fall, or they don't want to see you get hurt. So because of their own fears, they're telling you, oh no, you shouldn't aspire to be up here because if you don't reach it, it's hard for them to watch. Yeah. So I had to learn that the difference between, you didn't accomplish the things that you wanted in life, so you're afraid that I won't. But I can't take that kind of risk. I have to go for it. Yeah. So I did go to college and I studied psychology and communications. And so I do things outside of that. Like I do other jobs as well that have that, and it's great. But once I got out of college, I was like, this doesn't feel right. Yeah. This doesn't feel right. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do what is in me and what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm feeling. And I jumped into acting classes. I started studying right away, and throughout like my high school and college, I was taking little classes here and there. I was sneaking off, if you will. I was driving. I would study. I was at Florida State University, and I would drive 7 to 9 hours, depending on traffic, to take an acting class in Miami, and then drive back up to go to school.
Wow, jeez, that's
I know.
dedication.
I forgot about that too. Yeah. Because I needed to do it. I had to do it. There's no other option. So yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, then how did that passion arise? I mean, was it just something that you felt, or I mean, what was it that inspired that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I always get confused because there's some people that will say, oh, I saw this piece, or I didn't have a voice when I was a kid. There are a lot of actors or artists that really do have that one moment thing, and I don't. I just remember that I was really young and I was 5 and I'd watch the TV and I would look at them and I'd go, that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I have to do that.
Yeah.
And it was a way of like like psychology really does apply to it. What happened and why I need to do it is because there's something in me that I have to discover the truth. I have to understand why. Like, I don't know who taught me to ask why when I was a kid. Probably my mom, and she regrets it. Because my ass was always like, why do we do that? Well, why? But it's why psychology is important to me too, because I have to understand why do people do certain things.
Yeah.
Why? What does it mean? What is everything? What is the point of life? Like, there's certain questions that I constantly am asking myself and asked myself as a kid. And I was so sensitive when I was younger too. I used to write poetry, and I was just very like in touch with that kind of thing. And it's just, I don't have, and I hope that someone watching out there too can relate, because I know that I felt less than because I don't have some crazy Martin Scorsese story or some like boom moment that happened in my life where I was like, this, yes. It's not. It was just this whisper inside. It's just this really quiet whisper of like, I'm supposed to do that.
Yeah.
And that's it. And so I hope someone.
I like that.
Yeah, because I know that like sometimes it's hard when you feel like you can't relate to certain people, you can't relate to like certain stories you're hearing.
Yeah.
So you feel like your story shouldn't be you told, or you shouldn't follow your own dreams because it doesn't sound like anyone else. It's not the case.
Well, it kind of reminds me of an episode that I did with this gentleman named Pete Wong. I'll post his in the description as well. But he's a mind-body coach.
Oh, nice.
What kind of like really set him on that path was what he liked to call it was listening to your breath. And it's taking a moment to either go in nature or your nature, wherever that is, go to your quiet place and really just listen to like what you want. It's like when you said it's a whisper, sometimes it really is that soft. Sometimes it gets cluttered with everything else that's going on. Yeah. And you kind of just get lost in that shuffle. Yep. But when you can quiet the mind and really listen. Yeah. And so it's amazing that you were able to do that. I mean, it's
especially from an East Coast girl where we just do la 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 la. Someone's like, do you know how to listen? I'm like, yeah, I'm picking up what you're saying, but we gotta, like, there's other sentences. Let's go. I'll finish your sentence for you. Like, I already know what you're gonna say, and let's like, so we're like that, and to learn how to like calm down. And it reminds me of that Rumi quote where it's like, I can't remember it exactly, so I'm gonna butcher it, but it's when you're still, there's a voice within. Listen to it, essentially. Yeah. And it's quieting and quieting. And granted, my mind doesn't stop. So meditation for me is just very like, it's okay if my to-do list is running. It's okay if my mind is still going. It's okay. It's still just practicing, focusing on breath, and then those whispers will come out. I'll get guided a little more. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's a powerful thing with acting as well. With Ivana's technique, being able to do that. I mean, because I don't know how many times she would tell me, Lyndon, you're not landing the lines. You're speaking too fast. Blah blah blah. And so I had to.
Not listening.
Exactly, not listening, and also I was just going like this as well. And you have to be able to listen to what's inside you and what's going on as well, and being able to respond accordingly.
My first acting coach, you remind me of my first acting coach. The first one that I really had was in Orlando, Florida. She passed away last year, and she was really young. She was in her 50s. But man, she was the one who taught me how to listen, how to actually listen, because I was constantly taught that I had to be entertaining, that I had to give you something in order for you to like me. Yeah. And this was the first woman where like, she taught me how to just be still, and like before I responded, I don't have to be quick. I don't have to be on top of it. I don't have to be, I need to let what you said sink in first. And I remember that. I remember there was a moment where her and I were hanging out at this beer garden place, and she said something to me, and just something, I think a compliment about my work, about how far I'd come, and I just breathed. And as I breathed, it dropped in, and I really felt what she said. And then she goes, there we go. That's listening. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck. I don't do it perfect all the time like that, but I remember that. And whenever I breathe, whenever someone's speaking or doing something or saying something, that's for anything, any career, any job, any industry that anyone is in. And when someone's saying something, instead of reacting, breathing in what they're saying, letting it drop in, and then responding. And that's changed so much for me.
Yeah.
It really has.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, you're less oblivious to what's going on around you. Absolutely.
I'm less like,
yeah.
shiny object.
Yeah. I like that movie Up, Squirrel.
What? I am that.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth. Is like I have ADD. I am what? Squirrel, dog, puppy, hi. And we're back.
Yeah.
It's taken a lot of work to just be like calm a lot more.
Yeah.
But
so going into that, kind of, what was a big obstacle that you faced first starting off?
Biggest obstacle? Oh man, there was a few. Believing in myself. Believing in myself and just doing it anyway. But there was a few obstacles, so I'm trying to see if there's a way of like saying it where it's a way that I incorporated in one. But it was like a naivety.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
I not knowing what I was capable of, what I could do, and also who I could trust and talk to.
Yeah.
What I should do. That was the biggest obstacle with starting out was what am I supposed to do? What do I do with this?
Yeah.
So I got a lot of help. I asked people, and I trusted my gut. There were times where I did get screwed over. There were times where when I was driving down to Miami, there was a place that I was studying that wanted to just take money from people. And luckily they didn't get any from me, they just got my time, but they turned out to be crooks.
Oh, wow.
And so their company went under. But that's okay. I learned some things from them. I learned some business tools. I picked that up. There was a project that I was on where the guy was lying to everyone and saying that he had money. But then all of a sudden I started picking up that I'm not getting paid, I'm not seeing anything, and we're in the middle of shooting. So I was like, I want to see the escrow. Because you're saying that and I'm supposed to be paid, but yet we're supposed to be staying in this hotel and someone else just paid, so what's going on?
Yeah.
And then, and then that fell under. So, and learning that you don't take things personally, you don't get down about it, you don't go, oh man, this is never gonna work. These are learning experiences. Absolutely. That I needed to learn what someone felt like who's lying, who's manipulating, and who's not trustworthy, because I needed to learn how that person feels around me, so that when I'm in the bigger rooms or I'm around other people, I can pick that up fast.
Absolutely.
So that was the biggest thing, was the naivety.
Yeah. Well, I think that goes along too with, I mean, that's just the way I've had to learn things in my life.
You gotta fall down.
I've had to learn the hard way. I mean, you tell me don't touch the fire because it's hot. I'm
it.
like, it's not hot.
It's
not hot.
Bullshit!
Yeah.
And the worst part is that even if it is, I'll stick my hand in it for 5 seconds and be like, it hurts.
Yes.
It's just this. Yeah. What is wrong with? I don't know why.
That's exactly what it is. I don't know why it is. I wish I could learn the easy way, but I have to learn the hard way.
Oh,
but it also teaches you the best lessons. I mean,
it does.
It really does. I mean, just life experiences, life lessons.
It does, because when you're doing it and like you fall down and then you learn to stand back up too, you learn how strong you are.
Yeah.
Oh, that, I wouldn't take that away for anything. Because
absolutely.
If someone tells me now, you can't do it, or you ain't this, or you ain't that, I can laugh and be like, okay, thanks, honey. Do you know what I've picked myself up from? Do you know the stupid things that I've done to myself and then stood up from?
Yeah.
You can't touch someone like that.
Yeah.
Next.
And it's like, I do more damage to myself.
I know.
You can't do it.
You can't hurt me. I've done this to myself.
That's the best part. I love that.
There's nothing you can say to me. My head has come up with way better things than you can. Yeah. I can give you a list. Like, damn.
Okay, so going from that, what is your biggest obstacle now? What would you say?
Biggest obstacle now?
I know you've made a lot of personal growth changes within the past few years.
I have. I was noticing that drugs and alcohol were taking a big toll on my life, and about 2.5 years ago, 2 years, 5 months ago, I stopped all of that. I realized that I was going down a really dark path, very dark.
Yeah.
And I don't know, again, it's one of those moments. It was a whisper moment.
Yeah.
I didn't have like some white light experience or some big bang thing. I mean, now I look at it, and when I look at it, I look at it as a big experience now, because it was. but there was this whisper. That whisper again that happened that said, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Well, oh shit. And then in a couple days, I was like, I can't do this anymore. And I started picking myself back up. I started getting into meditation and I do a lot of self-help work and service work now. And it's absolutely changed my life.
Because I've noticed on your Instagram story, you post a lot of like inspirational quotes and stuff like that, and it's amazing. That's why, I mean, partly why because we hadn't seen each other in a few years, in a little while until Scott's project, and that's when it kind of, I was just checking out her stories and stuff like that more often, just seeing what she's up to.
Yeah.
And well, first off, film projects, but we'll get into that, but also your inspirational quotes, and I was like, whoa, this is really freaking awesome. I want to hear more about this.
It's really important to me because like I realized that a lot of people assume that with Instagram and with social media that you don't go through things and that you're only supposed to post. Now granted, I will say this, segue really quick. I do not believe in posting negativity.
Yeah.
There's a difference between walking through something and having an obstacle and going, man, I'm not doing well today and I could use some help, but I know it'll be okay and I know I can reach out, versus spewing venom, hating people, and that because that comes from fear and it comes from lack and it comes from not loving yourself, and like I don't believe in that. Like, it's why I've gotten off of Facebook a lot, because I've noticed that a lot of people will, they'll do that. They'll hide behind keyboards and lash out at people. I'm like, man, that breaks my heart sometimes. I'm like, it really does.
Yeah.
That kind of like hate, but it just comes from like fear. But the inspirational quotes and things like that is like, I really do believe that, you can let people know like, hey, it's okay if you suffer from depression. I get it, me too. It's okay, it's gonna pass.
Yeah.
It's going to pass.
Yeah.
Like keep your chin up and, pat yourself on the back. If you woke up today and like just fucking, that's it and that's all you did, you're good.
Well, and that kind of goes into like Ivana's technique. It's very much empowering. It very much is.
Oh yeah.
Like for example, I always wear this. I never take it off. But this is like my dog tag. I got this when I first came out to LA, because my dad and I went on speaking terms, and we went on speaking terms for a while. So it actually has his phone number on there.
Oh wow.
So if anything were to happen to me, he'd be the first to know.
Wow.
And then this one is my mom's dog tag, and I used to always wear it as almost like in a victimizing way of, these are like the chains kind of like down. But once I started going to Ivana's class, once I started learning her technique, I still wear it, but for a different reason now. It's for like, it really does empower me, and each time I give it a kiss before a big audition, just stuff like that, and it reminds me that my mom believed in me and loved me to the nth degree. I mean, she was the definition of unconditional love. She really was. I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail, but there were things that she had said in the past in old journal entries that I had found.
Wow.
And that I hadn't found until years after she had passed.
It's probably, that typically happens because you were ready to hear it and for it to sink in. Yeah. There's things that have happened that I'm like, why didn't this happen years ago? I don't understand, because I wasn't ready then. I wasn't ready for that to like hit here.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
And so, I mean, like for example, when I found like her last journal entry to me, and it was funny. It was in this glitter notebook that I had. It was my journal from when I was 5 years old. It had on the front. It had like a little dinosaur playing basketball.
Oh my god, that's adorable.
It was a silver glitter notebook, and it's still back in the Bay Area. But on the very last few pages was this like last message from my mom, and I found that during high school, and I don't even know why I was looking through that journal. It was so weird, but I found that, and since then, like I said, this is, rather than being chains holding me back, regret and guilt and so on and so forth. It's like empowerment of like, I have something great to achieve and this destiny to achieve, and she believed in me, so I'm gonna make this happen, and nothing in the world will stop me. I mean, till the day I die, I will make this happen. You know? And so
I love that.
That's Ivana's technique.
It is.
And it's just that empowerment and not victimizing yourself.
Exactly.
Taking accountability, not blaming others for your problems, not having the loser mentality, and as Ivana says, like my favorite reference that she uses is Rocky Balboa.
Oh yeah,
where he does lose the fight.
Yep.
But he's still the winner. Everyone's still cheering for him
because
he had the heart of the lion.
Exactly.
And so like all these quotes, I put these out here.
I love these.
Just like I post these on Instagram all the time. These handwritten quotes.
Yeah, I know. I watched yours. I was like, that's why I related so much.
It goes back. It goes back for days, you know. But one of my favorite ones that I posted just a few days ago is like, you'll never always be motivated, so you must learn to be disciplined.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about that one.
Because
that's actually when you asked me my biggest obstacle. Probably that right now.
Yeah.
Is learning how to be disciplined, and also that like continuing to believe in yourself when you're facing a lot of rejection.
Yeah.
And that discipline, because we were talking about that. You're not always going to wake up.
No.
You're not. I don't care how successful you are, and like someone said it too, is like Will Smith said it, the higher up you are, the less air there is.
Yeah.
I
like that.
Yeah, me too.
It's true.
You struggle, you still self-doubt, you're still human, and you still face it. And the more responsibility that comes, the more, though for me personally, the more responsibility I get, the more overwhelmed I feel. The more the voices in my head can attack and go, you're not enough, you're not good enough, you'll never make it, you're gonna fail, this is too much. And the discipline one is like, there are days where I'm like, all right, this morning we're in shutdown mode.
Yeah.
We're in shutdown mode. We're not. Natalie's done. Natalie, nope. And then what I'll do is I'll just kind of like do some self-care.
Yeah.
Meditation, relax, just kind of, I have to start self-soothing.
Yeah.
Because I have those loud voices in my head, the ones that, want to get me to drink again and fuck up my life. And I gotta start self-soothing, and I gotta do the things that I need to do. And then, once I've done the self-care and help my head, then I can go, all right, let's just make a to-do list. I don't have to think about this. I don't have to attach any emotion to it. Just boom, 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 one thing at a time. That's it. Just what's in front of me. What do I do next?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I'm like, I can't. Because that's the biggest thing, is that moment that I had, 2 years, 5 months ago, was because of Ivana. When it was like, I had the victim mentality. I did. Everything happens to me. Woe me, pour me another drink. I can't do this. I can't do that. Everything's so terrible. And not knowing that I had a victim mentality, because I wanted to be good. I wanted to be empowered. I wanted to. I would empower other people. You can do this. You've got this. Meanwhile, I'm curled up in a corner crying, going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow, what is happening?
Yeah.
But it was Ivana. It was my perception, my mentality, the lack versus abundance.
Exactly.
And Ivana's technique of going like, you are not a victim. It doesn't matter if shit happens.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. What do you do with it?
Yeah, but the way you phrase that's a perfect, kind of encompassing kind of idea of her technique.
Mm-hmm.
It's not taking this BS positivity, because there's a reality to it.
There's a reality,
but it's not saying the glass is always half full.
Yeah,
it's none of that.
Great. No, it's you got to be on. That's what I got, because that's when I was saying like about I wanted to be empowering, but I couldn't. It was because I was lying to myself.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there going, everything's great, everything's great, everything's great.
Yeah.
Why aren't things going well? I'm being positive. I'm not being honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not being honest. And she's the one that goes, no, you got to be honest first.
Yeah.
What's the reality? I don't like this. My fucking life is fucked up right now, and I'm not fucking happy. All right, now we got honesty. Now what do I do about it?
Exactly. That's the biggest part, because it's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to be wondering, what am I supposed to do next? It's okay. It's part of being human.
Yes.
But the next part, but what Ivana really pushes us to do is, okay, but there is a solution to every problem. Now solve it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's the truth, which means your obstacles are right there. Now get the fuck through it.
Yeah.
Do it because you need to. Because you doing it, you standing up and going through your obstacles shows someone else how to do it.
Exactly.
And now for the last 2 years, I've gotten to see that over and over and over again, and that's blown my mind. But I do still struggle with doubt, with discipline, with that. And still believing in myself, and that's one of the those little moments of like, okay, I've got this.
Yeah, but I think it's like you said with Will Smith, it's always going to be there.
It's always going to be there.
It always will. It's just mental capacity of how you're going to deal with it.
Yeah, actually, who helped me a lot is there's an interview. You know how the Hollywood Reporter, I don't know if they're still doing them, but they do the interviews with, oh, I love those so much. If you haven't seen the Hollywood Reporter, those interviews are so good. But there was one with a group of guys, and it was Jared Leto and Matthew McConaughey, and they had just done Dallas Buyers Club, and there were some other guys in there too. I think Mark Ruffalo, who I love Mark Ruffalo. Mark Ruffalo, if you ever watch this, just love his acting so much. But Jared Leto was talking about how even now, even with Dallas Buyers Club, this man is successful and revered for his acting, and he was talking about how there are days when he has an audition he can't get out of his house. He can't get out of his house. He didn't want to do the audition for Dallas Buyers Club because his head was telling him that he wasn't good enough.
Wow.
When I saw that changed everything for me, because it helps me to go, oh, okay, if I'm about to do an audition or if I'm about to do anything and I feel like I'm not enough, I remember him, and I remember it's just my fear and it's just my head telling me that.
I love that.
To see that it happens to someone who can have that kind of success and that kind of like constant people telling him you're amazing, look at what you're doing, and him going, I don't always feel great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wow, that's very grounding and humbling. It really is.
It is. It is. To know that like the people that we look up to
I'm gonna remember that next time every time from now on.
If I can find it, I'll send you the link to it.
That'd be great.
Yeah, he says a lot better, and there's a lot more detail to it that just like.
Okay, so going from there, what is something that you wish you can tell yourself for just starting off?
The girl that was just starting off.
What would you tell young Natalie just starting off? I love how she just starts laughing.
I could look at her and be like, it's gonna get weird.
You're amazing. I love that.
I don't think I would tell her shit. It's gonna get weird.
It's better you find out by yourself.
That's the thing. I can't change anything. If I change anything, if I tell her anything, I don't get to be who I am now and where I'm at.
Yeah.
So I can't. Man, I wish. And it's hard too, because like I have people in my life that I'm of service to, and it's very difficult because I watch them fall. I watch them go through struggles. I watch them battle. It's like being a mom. So if any parents are out there, like I hope that you can relate. It's watching them make mistakes and get hurt, and I can't take that pain away. I can't take away their struggle.
Yeah.
I can't. I wish I could, and I've tried. But what I realized a long time ago, and in 2016 when like life was just like knocking me sideways, I learned how to pick myself up in 2017. I realized that if someone had come in to take away my struggle and take away my pain and fix me, I wouldn't have the blessings that I have now in my life.
Very true.
So when I'm looking at other people and going like, I can't take away your struggle. I can't, because that's your blessing.
Very true.
So as much as I wish I could go back to that little girl and like protect her, or like save her from so much pain or heartache or whatever she was gonna go through, I know I can't, because I know I'd be taking away the blessings.
Yeah, it shaped you who you are today.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah. Oof. There's a few things that I'd be like, can we? You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to learn that lesson.
Yeah, like I wish some of the times could be like, don't do. You're not gonna.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to do. Say no to that.
That's funny. But in the end, I mean, like I said, it's past, it's done. So
past, yeah.
You're still kicking, you're still striving, you're still thriving.
I'm here. I'm here. What's next, life?
I can take it? Like, it's a question?
We're good. There really was a moment too, like when I was newly coming off of like no longer doing drugs and alcohol, and I really had to, and I felt like all these emotions, finally I had to deal with emotions for the first time, and like it was a lot. And I went through a severe depression. I went through like a mania. Like I was like, what is happening? What is life? And I really had to like do a lot of healing work. And I remember me and another friend who were on a similar journey. Like we were just both talking about how like we were so afraid of like the shoe dropping or something else happening because we just couldn't like. I was like done. Like I was tapped out. Like I, at this point cannot handle anything else. I'm like a shaking mess trying to leave my apartment. And like I remember we were standing outside and a leaf blew and we're like, ah! We're good.
Where's my safety?
Yeah,
Where's my safety?
I need to go back into my room. I have to go back into safety now. But don't worry, if you're going through anything, it passes. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And I had someone who loves me. I still have her in my life who loves me very much, who I would talk to almost every day, and she would say, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Whatever you're going through.
Yeah.
So if you're in it, you're just in the middle right now. Just keep going, the end's coming.
Yeah. Absolutely. I like that. Very cool.
Yeah, that one helps me a lot.
Yeah. So what would be any tips that you can give the viewers in terms of chasing their dreams?
Don't do it. I'm kidding. Pick another dream. No, it's just gonna be like know that you're gonna have doubt from yourself mostly, and you're gonna face that. But it doesn't matter. I have Post-it notes on my wall that just says, "Stay on this. Walk through your fears," because that's the biggest thing. Is that it's just fear. If you want something, it's not just go after it and do it. I believe in that and I agree with that wholeheartedly. Sure, go after it and do it. But if you want something in life, study how to go after and do it.
Yes.
It's not just throw spaghetti at a wall and see what sticks. Like I have people who will hit me up on the DMs and ask me like how to be an actor and what to do and how to get a job. And they're like, how do I get a job? Like, give me a job. And I'm like, no, that's not how this works. It's not like, oh, I want something so someone should give it to me.
Absolutely.
It's I want something, so what do I need to learn how to do? So when I was first starting out, I took years of acting classes. I studied my ass off before I even went in front of a casting director. And then it was like, I was ready. I learned how to take headshots. I asked people, how do you audition? Where should I go? What teacher should I study with? How do I get out of fear? What do I do next? And I got a lot of people helping me that way. It wasn't, I want something, give me.
Yeah.
So it's that mentality of like, I want something, someone should give it to me, versus like, I want something, okay, what are the steps that I take to learn how to do it?
And earn it.
Yeah, and that's a hard one, is like, that's the difference, is you gotta put in the work.
Yeah.
You gotta put in the work.
Absolutely. I like that. That's very cool.
Yeah, when you're watching the stars and everyone out there like that, they worked their butt off before they even, like Leonardo DiCaprio, Jared Leto, all of them, before they got that big break, there was a 10-year hustle.
Yeah.
A 10-year hustle where, like, we see people in acting at Ivana's class too, where now all of a sudden we're seeing them take off and we're seeing them in films, and we're like, oh shit, I just did a scene with that person. Yeah. It's a 10-year hustle of like learning, growing, figuring out, falling on your ass and then standing up and going, okay, I didn't do that too well, so I'm gonna learn from it. Yeah. And it's that, do the work.
Do the work.
Do the work.
Yeah. Okay, well, any final thoughts before we wrap this episode up? Any film projects that what was that one that was on Amazon Prime again? Oh yeah, I have Love and Hostages on Amazon Prime, and now actually I'm going to be doing another movie with someone from Love and Hostages. Okay. That one's called, it's I Am Possessed. Okay. I believe that's the name. I'm just still finding out more information and everything, but I'll be filming that pretty soon. But yeah, that's with Carl Remy, and I'm excited about that psychological thriller. Oh, it's so cool! Like I'm like really excited. I haven't done a little thriller piece in a while. I'm gonna get my hands on that. So I love the character that I'm playing in there. It's Danny, and she's the girlfriend and everything, but she's got a cool twist, and I love it. So I'm doing that, and then I'm also. Speaking of fear and obstacles, I'm starting to write my own projects and try to produce them. Wow. I've had one project that I've been stuck on for 2 years now. Wow. 2 years. I'm so scared. But I'm getting it done. I'm finalizing everything now, and
It's the first project that I've written that I'm gonna produce.
Oh, very nice.
Scott's been helping me so much with it. He's like, great, you're done writing it. Like the writing's done. Now you just shoot it. And he goes, once you're done shooting it, you're gonna hate it. You're not gonna like it. It's gonna be terrible. You're gonna watch it a year later. You're still not gonna like it. It's still not gonna be good enough. You're gonna watch it 2 years later. You're still not gonna like it, but you did it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna do another one after. So just get through it and just do it.
Yeah. Well,
solid.
That's awesome. And you just mentioned Scotty again, and so big shout out to Scotty, Scott Stewart.
What's up, Scott?
Because I mean, he's amazing. I mean, he was helping me with this. He included us in his project, and he's helping Natalie do this. I mean, it's such.
That's how this works. It's not like, oh, I want something out of life, so I gotta do it alone.
Yeah.
You find the people that you're like, oh, do you need something? You need a camera, or you need what do you need?
Exactly.
You need support? Here you go. Like we do this together in life.
Yeah, and what I love so much about Scotty Through Hottie is that he was doing this without any expectations of what I can give for him in return. He was.
That's important.
He has so much more to give to me than I can ever give to him. I mean, but it was amazing that he's helped me wholeheartedly. Just because he wanted to help, and he's been so supportive, saying it's been amazing watching you do this and that and so on and so forth. So big shout out to Scott Stewart. Thank you very much, buddy. I mean, we appreciate you so very much.
A lot. It's having like a team like this and like people that you believe in and also that believe in you. That's like, but I love what you said. That's so important. Do things for others. Give without any expectations.
Absolutely.
Meaning, oh, I'm going to do this for this person, so. 1 year later they have to owe me something. No. Give without any expectations, and I promise your life will start changing.
And see that's hard too, because it is human nature. Because we hear that in Ivana's class a lot. It's saying like, what does your character want? Because each character wants something.
Because we do. It's natural in us.
But at the same time, I mean, just take it upon yourself to do like one good thing a day for someone else.
You can't tell anyone.
Exactly.
You can't tell anyone, because otherwise it's ego. Yeah. Otherwise you just wanted.
Then it's just ego. I mean, if you're doing something, doing something positive.
That's hard too, because I'll do an act of kindness and then I'll call someone and be like, yo, you should just hear what I just did, and then I'm like, I wanted credit for that. I know what I was doing. I wanted validation. I was like, I gotta go do something else nice now.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. But I have to every day. I have to do that. I have to give in some way that it has no expectation. Yeah. And that has like changed my life. It's that do something with no expectations. Just show up and that's it. One thing at a time. That's how I live now.
Gotta get to it. I gotta step that up myself. That's a mental note right now in this episode. Mental note. Yeah, we got it. Alrighty, well, Natalie, thank you very much for being on this episode.
Yes, I love this. I love what you're doing. This is amazing.
Thank you.
I'm really glad that I finally got to jump on here too.
Yeah, she got the original OG shirt. I mean, that's the black and gold legend. She certainly is. She certainly is legendary.
Yeah.
So again, thank you very much.
I'm going down for something. It's gonna be legendary.
And look at this personality, this laughs and giggles. I love that so much about her. She's an absolute joy to be around. That's what, as you're talking about, get rid of the toxic people in your life, negative personalities, the negative habits, and everything like that. Surround yourself with people like Natalie, Scott Stewart, all the other Legend Ethics guest stars. Surround yourself with the legends and the winners. And together we rise, together we're legendary.
Absolutely.
Alrighty. Well, let's build the Legend Crew, guys. Oh wait, no, just kidding. I'm gonna be posting her Instagram and her film projects as well, so you can stay up to date with everything like that. And
if you wanna.
If you just wanna, I mean.
If you want to, that'd be nice.
Act of kindness.
Your act of kindness would be following me on Instagram and boosting my ego.
No, just kidding. Don't. Well, no.
Don't do it.
We're fudging this out pretty good.
We're not very good with the promo and
do it, don't do it, do it.
Don't do it, whatever. If you want to.
So anyways, I will be posting her Instagram because she does post a lot about different acting projects and stuff, and it's amazing stuff. Amazon Prime, different stuff. She's on a whole bunch of stuff. It's hard to keep up with it, but try to. Let's put it that way. And then I'll be posting mine as well, staying up to date with the Scotty Through Hottie's project, because that'll be going public hopefully pretty soon once it's done. Once it's done with its film festival tour. And check out legendethics.com. You have the different designs for the tees and everything like that. Support the dreamers and strivers and join the Legend Crew. So with that, Natalie, now we can finally wrap things up. Let's build the Legend Crew, guys. Let's keep it going. Bye.